What up, everybody? This is the PR Project, episode number 127. I'm your host, one of the three. Tommie runs. I got Gary over here and Aaron. We talk about all things running. I don't know why I'm talking so slow. But yeah, we're happy to be here again. Another dope episode we got coming up. Make sure you like, subscribe, all the good things. We're on all the podcast platforms. And we want you to, number one, listen, but then tell like 1,000 friends. The more friends you tell, the more friends that will be here with you listening all at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got at least 1,000 friends, right?
Yeah.
So tell your 1,000 friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think like the ratio is for like Instagram followers to friends in real life?
I feel like the more Instagram followers you have, the less friends in real life you have.
I felt for some reason I just felt like I feel like it felt personal. I feel like I mean, based on my lived experience, you might be right. I got like you guys.
I actually think there's no correlation.
You don't think so?
No.
Not correlation, but like percentage wise, like you know what I'm saying? Do you think that like somebody has 1 million friends, they have
I think the average person has at most 10 friends. At most 10
average.
I think
true friends.
Realistically, I think just based on how we live, that there's a limit of friends that we can have, right? Like you can't just be like, "Oh, I got 5,000 friends."
Yeah.
It's like, do you? Because how are you maintaining?
I've
these
got
friendships?
a lot more acquaintances, that people that I like and will hang out with, than I have friends.
Okay. Yeah, so like there's a level. They graduate. So I think 10 is crazy.
I think 10 is the highest.
10 is
the highest.
overwhelming. You had to go to 2 different colleges, and then you got to be an alpha and a Q to have that many friends, like in actual life. You know what I'm saying?
So I have my group of friends that I had before I started running.
How many people is that?
It's like 6 of us,
Including you.
including me.
So 5.
So 5.
Uh-huh.
And then I have my group of friends that I stumbled upon and I gained once I started running.
So you still have 5.
I hate you. So it's somewhere in that 10 range though, for sure.
That's good.
Because like just from an emotional and like time standpoint, I mean, unless you one of the people that be like, "Oh, this is my great friend. I only see him once every 10 years." Is that really your friend? Or is that just somebody that you're cool with that you see every 10 years?
Yeah.
And I think you can only say that once you like 50. What do you say, Gary?
But for real though, I mean, it's how you invest the time. Like you might only see your friend once every 10 years, but are you still investing time with them?
Yeah, with that person.
You know, over the technology that we have now.
Yeah.
Except for FaceTime, because dudes don't FaceTime each other.
That's true.
Do you think dudes should FaceTime each other more?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
with like the phone, just like kind of pointing at the ceiling.
Nah.
Or just like
Look at it. Look at it. We need to. So I actually
Look
heard.
at me.
I don't know. I think this might be.
look at it.
This might be pseudoscience,
Okay.
but I saw this guy talking, and he like, men communicate best when they are shoulder to shoulder and not looking at each other square in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting. He was like, that's why, like, men going to a game works, or men sitting at a bar works, or men going on a road trip works. But if you got to sit and look at a man face to face, that's a very primal, like, we turn into our primal, like, predatory nature. It's like, okay, now I'm sizing you up. Now I got to see.
Well, no, I think that's just. I don't think that's men. I've heard therapists say that as well. Why like couples should go on walks together and talk about things as opposed to like, yeah, the same thing. But I think it's just in general, humans in general. Once you like look at somebody, it's a different dynamic.
Yeah. Well, his point was that women do better when they look each other in the eye. That's why they like going to dinner, and they like.
Oh, women do better.
Women do better. Women,
So
woman
it's
to
so
woman.
it's us.
But yeah,
We're the problem.
Yeah, always, usually.
Yeah.
All right, happy International Women's Month. Or that was last month.
That was last month.
Well, we didn't say it last month, so.
Yeah.
But it's an evergreen show, so just.
Well, yeah. You just listen to it next month.
It's March 32nd. So yeah, let's. That's a good thought there, guys.
Good banter.
Speaking of friends, a few of us were able to get our hands on the Nike Structure Plus. We were all, because of the PR project, we're all part of a little. We're able to be part of a little campaign. Test out a shoe for a bit and then make some content, and I thought that was really cool. We had a new contact at Nike, so that was a fire opportunity for the 3 of us plus Ern and Dante to be able to like try on a shoe, make some content, and that was vibes, and you guys did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun. Kind of. It was fun to watch everybody's content too, because we all did something different. It was all based on who we are.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Nike said, follow the script. They said, hey, we want you to create content on what you usually do. Don't try to, make it super fancy or whatever you. And so I think we all kind of followed what was true to ourselves, which I thought was pretty good.
I think that's like, I feel like that should be rule number one.
It should be, but
in content creation, I mean, in like content creation or brand involvement with influencers or people, it should just be like, hey, although we want you to, obviously hit these like a couple lines, please be as authentic to yourself as possible. And if it comes back and we see it and it's like a little something, maybe we'll ask you to take out this, and this. But it should start there.
Yeah.
Because whether you have 1,000 followers or like 1 million, you got those followers typically by being whatever you've been. So why would you do anything different? And that's kind of like a note or advice to anybody that's looking to make content or has just been recently tapped by like a brand to say, hey, we'll pay you this much money or whatever the exchange is to make this content. A lot of the first instinct is to level up or do something different or like make it look more professional, and then you step out of your comfort zone, maybe in a good way, but oftentimes it feels like inauthentic and it looks way different than any content that you've ever made. So, like, that's my biggest tip for somebody is, like, how do I do this? It's, like, literally just do what you would do for free and obviously show the shoe more or show the thing more, but try to make it, like, your own instead of saying I got to match some other person.
That's good. That's good advice, because as a creative person, that was my first instinct when we got the brief. I'm like, okay, how can I, like, just go crazy with this? Like, how can I take this like super over the top? And I had to reel myself in a little bit. Like, no, just make something that you would want to make like normally. Like it doesn't have to be super extravagant, because like you said, if it is something that's like super, not left field, but just like different from what you normally make, then it might not land with your audience in the same way. So yeah, I think that's good. And that's almost like a little bit of a affirmation that I chose the right path with that specific brief, because I definitely
because
what happens if that particular ad blows up and everyone comes back to look at what you were doing, you're like, well, this ain't him. That's not what he's been doing.
That's why it's so cool when you see somebody that does go viral and they start growing, and then you start looking back at the last 20 reels or whatever, and it's all kind of the same vibe. That's like an automatic follow, but if it's like this random thing and then the last part you was playing chess, it's like, okay, hold on, never mind. Like, I don't even know who this person is, But yeah, I think that was dope, and big shout out to Nike for tapping us for that.
Shout out to the swoosh.
Shout out to the swoosh. But yeah, so do I have a question for you guys? Are we doing it like that?
I don't think so. I think we have a question for you.
Yeah.
Since you
Guess
just
where
came
I
back
was.
from
the desert,
parasailing the country.
Tommie Postals. Can we say that? Can we say
Tommie
postals?
Postals?
Were you a postman? Were you?
Oh yeah, of course. I was in Mojave Desert.
Tommie letter carriers.
Yeah, I don't think we can say postals. I think it's an old.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
no,
never heard
go
of the term.
postal.
Yeah. Okay, that's what we can't say. Yeah.
You can't say that.
Yeah, it's actually a place on Orchard Lake called Going Postal.
Is it?
It's a print shop. I don't know if it's still there, but
Really?
it used to be. Yeah,
Oh, that's
back in the
crazy.
day.
Yeah, that is weird.
I'm like, yeah, that's.
I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind it though. I mean, I'm like, hey, what's this? So I went to California to see and watch and be a part of TSP, the Speed Project, from LA to LV. As most of you guys know, I ran the solo OG route, 340 miles from LA to Las Vegas last year. And so being close to them or cool or whatever, they invited me back, and it just so happened as well, like the Hoka sponsored a big portion or all of, I'm not sure what the deal was, but they were a part of TSP this year. And that was like the first that I've seen one brand be so intertwined with like what the Speed Project is, because they're very much like a rogue, unsanctioned, go by the beat of their own drum, do what they want to do type of event. So it was like really interesting to see like how a brand like Hoka, of all brands, such a large brand known for what Hoka is, to jump into something that is fairly like almost opposite like what they've built over the years, But so I was there. I got there like on a Friday, and then saw the start to the solo run, the solo race where people run either unsupported, which like I think 3 people ran unsupported from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. And unsupported or uncrewed means you just don't have people. You backpack or, kind of carry everything. You stop at gas stations, you don't have to like thug it out like that. But either some people will sleep out in the desert or places, or they'll like stop at hotels or whatever, but it's kind of on them. And then the other people run a solo or have a crew in a Jeep or a car or a thing or a RV. And so my goal in the beginning of that was to follow the first, the kind of the leaders I was end up being with this this production crew called 315. And so I was with them as they were filming this race, because it was 2 people came into the race saying that I'm going to break the record. 2 people said that. And the record was 75 hours from start to finish. And there's unsanctioned, no route. So if you found a quicker route, you can go that way. I think about the shortest it can be is probably like 280 something. Like I don't think you can get any shorter than that. I think it's kind of been chopped up as much as possible now. And so they both said this, and they were like to document this race, because they both were seemingly very capable of doing so. So that was like the first time that 2 people were like, "This is what we're doing." So that was interesting to see like them both go after for day one, pretty like heavy. Like we're like 30, 40 miles into the race, and you're looking at this person and they're running like 7s, or whatever. And it's just like, what's happening? Or 8 even, like at that point. And it was just intense, bro. And so to watch them go through the next couple of days, and I'm bouncing all over the place. And I was in LA in the beginning, and then I eventually made it to Las Vegas to see them finish, spent the night there, spent one more night, then came back to like in the middle of nowhere, slept at like a Barstow twice. It's like, it was a wild week.
How did you get around?
I was with this in this RV, and they had an RV and a couple Jeeps or whatever, or a couple SUVs that we just were rolling around in. So there was a full production crew. I was just like kind of I was just with them because they were going where I was going. So I was just stuck with them. Yes. But long story short, the record fell. They had 4 records fall in the same year. So the BL, he's I'm not gonna butcher where he's from. I don't know where he's from. I think he's from Germany. But he broke the record. The record was 75 hours for overall. He ran 67:15. Mo Body, who is a lady from London, she ran 77, like right around 77 hours for women. She broke that record by 5 hours. And then all women's crew came 4th place total for the relay, and they broke the record by a lot. And then the overall relay record was an OG team, which means you have to have 3 women and 3 men, and they broke the record by 7 minutes. It was 28:10, and now it's 28:03.
That's crazy.
But the 67:15, it was that like it went viral. Like he at 2:00 on the day he finished, 2:00 in the afternoon, he finished by like maybe 10:00 at night or something. He had 22,000 followers at 2:00, and then by the time he finished, but 24 hours later, he had like 15,000 more followers, because it was just like going so viral.
Yeah.
Because like essentially, like he slept for 4 hours total in 67 hours and 15 minutes. Slept for 4 hours, and I watched him. Like I was close enough by. There's like a little video where we all, like a bunch of us as a film crew, like did reenacted like the Forrest Gump moment where we all like cave in on him, and we're like, they're asking all these questions, and then I come in at the last minute like, why are you doing this? And he's like, because I just left running.
Yeah, was that after the race, or that was actually during the race?
That was mile 260 something.
I'm like,
in the middle of the night.
Get away from me.
Because he knew about it. Like we told him, they told him before, we'd like to have this happen at some point in this race. So we kind of gave him a heads up. 15 miles down the road, we're gonna be down there. Here's what we're gonna do. Answer only one question. He's like, got it, because he already kind of knew. And we tried that 3 times. Like we cave in, something happens, we did, and he just kept running. We just had to catch up to him. It was one of the wildest things ever.
And you would be the last person, and you.
Yeah. No. I
Tommie gets up and goes, line.
What's my motivation? But so like the thing, we'll move on from the CSV thing. But it was really great. the energy is amazing. I think when from the outside looking in, people assume it's one thing, but then they get into the vibes, whether it's relay or solo, and they realize like it's this odd community that like seemingly like it couldn't be recreated anywhere because of just I can't really put my finger on like how it's the way it is, but it's one that you get in there, it's like, oh, I'm coming back, because you think it's like maybe elitist or this and that, like it's all these people that aren't like us, but then you get in there and like everybody's weird, everybody's like out of place, and they come here because it's like we're all just doing this wild stuff together, but to see him do the 67:15 and his crew say he didn't frown like one time, no complaint ever. That he said, I want this, and they were like, no, you got to have this. And he's like, all right, take it. And he kept running. Not one complaint, not one out, nothing. They had issues. He went the wrong way at one point. Like, they lost him for a second. He had to, like, I don't even know if it's supposed to, like, he had to email somebody, like, to let him know where he was because he didn't have his phone and didn't have anybody's number. So he, like, emailed his wife. Like, hey, I'm at this gas station, da-da-da.
I don't even like sending emails at work.
It was wild. But, like, he still did 67:15.
Hold on. You said that this gentleman was German?
I think so.
Was his wife in Germany at the time?
Yeah. Yeah, but he's just like, yeah.
Hey, I'm in the desert on the other side of the world, and I'm lost at a gas station.
He just was like, hey, I'm okay, just let you know, or whatever. But then I think his crew was just, like, trying to find him after because there's certain points where you can't go with him, where it's like just because of logistics. And they were like, oh, what about this gas station? And then they just went down to this gas station, and he was there because that was like the only place that possibly been open or near where he could have gone. But to see him do that and set out to do it and do it by quite a bit, and then do it so gracefully, and he's TSP's first signed athlete to them directly, and shout out to Hoka because Hoka sponsored him for this race, and the other guy, Johnny Ramos. Johnny ended up like having some like his ankle was like the size of his thigh at one point, like, but he finished the race.
See,
like he still finished, bro. Like he was on track. They were on track. They were fighting for the kind of lead. They're not near each other because they're doing different routes sorta. And I told him after because he was kind of bummed about it, and I'm like, bro, anybody else in your position that said I'm gonna break this record and I'm gonna beat this guy has like a mishap where like their ankle swells up, they're just gonna be like, all right, I'm out. There's no whatever. He finished the race.
Yeah.
Wildness, but yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. How was the experience going from an athlete to an observer?
Man, it was so nice for me to like have been a part of something that had nothing to do with me, because the way that I like live my life or have to like my livelihood at this point is kind of me centric. Like everything's about me and what I like about a shoe or what my journey looks like or whatever. But to be there solely to just follow along, and I wasn't even asked to document anything. Like I was not. I was supposed to be there, be in the vibes, and help with whatever Hoka was doing. And it just felt good to be in support of. And I interviewed a lot of people, a lot of like relay teams for this Hoka piece that they're gonna be putting out. And so I end up, by the end of it, you end up like people will be coming to me because I talked to them twice, like one in this one spot and another time. And they're like, oh, we did it. And I'm like, I'm happy for them. And like, it just felt really nice to be like very invested in seeing how this worked out for you. I talked to you on day one. What's it look like now? Like it was super, super vibe. And then it felt great because people, especially solos, knew that I did this last year. So if I saw them and they were going through it, even if I didn't say too much, they already knew I knew, Like this one guy named Gregory, he's 51 years old. He did a bunch of relays with them before at TSP. And he, when I met him on Friday or Saturday before the race, he's like, I've done all these, and I'm 51. I'm not getting any younger. Blah blah blah. I look around, and everybody on my teams are always much younger. So like, I got to do this sometime soon. Like, I got a 14-year-old son at home. I got to show him that you can do stuff that you want to do. And he's like, I watched your documentary, that's on YouTube, and he's like, it helped me, like, know that like, okay, I think I can do this. It's gonna be difficult, but I can do this. I saw him at like mile 105, and he was running with somebody. I randomly got out the car. I'm like, oh, drive me off right here and come back and give me a little bit. I ended up running like a mile and a half with him and his pacer. he didn't say too much because he was kind of like in that space. He was just kind of like, and I asked him a couple of questions. He answered, but it wasn't like very like joyful. It was just like, we're out here, right? And then somebody else told me later that he told them that I was in a dark moment with my pacer. We weren't talking, and there's a white pickup truck headed this way, and it stops real far down the road, and then Tommie hops out, and then waits for me, and then runs with me, and we said a few words, and it just lifted my spirit for like the rest of the time.
That's awesome.
And that felt good, because normally it's about me. So that felt dope.
Yeah, it was when I put in the group chat that it's cool to see you be fairy godfather of TSP.
That was
really cool.
I was like, this is an underhanded comment.
It wasn't though. Like it's like you being the old sage, wise, person that's done it before was really cool to see.
Yeah,
and I think Hoka deployed you in an interesting way as well. With the content, so that was cool. Cause like the content was clean, but it wasn't like super polished. Like it still had that, kind of homemade feel. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that was that was 315. So that was like I mean, that was TSP's vibe, and they just they have to include Hoka because that's their thing. So shout out to them because this guy named Brendan. He had all these little random visions of funny things that like were like very like throwbacks or nostalgic to older movies, and he was just like, let's try this, let's try that, and it was just fun, pain in the ass, like I just didn't realize like how much goes into like production and like filming things on the move. It's a wild like hurry up and wait situation.
Yeah,
but it was fun. So big shout out to the Speed Project, and everybody who was participated from crew to runners, solo or relay. It was fire. And big shout out to Mitchie Paul from Boston. He ran 340 miles, so he's the only person that did solo OG route. So he's the fourth person to ever do solo OG. So I'm third, and then Malcolm's second, and this dude named Cole's first. So vibes. And it's wild, though, that out of 4 people, 3 people are black.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fire. That's fire.
Before we get off this topic, you mentioned your documentary on YouTube. What's it called?
Hero.
Hero.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody wanted to go and find that.
Yeah, go find that. Go listen to it.
It's a good one.
Yeah. If you want to be inspired or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. That was supposed to be like a 10-minute segment. That ended up being a little bit longer. So you got a race coming up.
I do.
Okay. So this is not just for you, but we've all gone to marathons, and whether there be like a major marathon or something like kind of more in like a local thing or even smaller races, I know my answer to this question, but my question to you is, when do y'all start working on logistics for race weekend?
In what way?
All right. So some people are like, okay, so when I land in the ground, like when I land in Boston, I'm going to do these 3 things. I know which way the things go. I know what time the shuttle is. I know all these things months and months ahead. Or some people are like a couple weeks before, they start kind of like cramming to understand like what time do I have to be here? What time does the race start? I've been in cities that I'm doing a race for, and I don't know what time the race starts until Saturday, and the race starts Sunday.
I'm closer to that, I think. I think I'll read it.
Yeah.
I'll skim the information weeks ahead of time, and I'll just kind of keep skimming. And then once I'm like in the city, I'm like, okay, where is everything?
Yeah.
I think I'm closer to that.
Y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy, and that just like that just bothered me because I start planning before I even register for the race. To be honest, it's a part of
which is funny because you register way late for your races too.
Yeah. But it's because
this is kind of cap. But go ahead.
No, I'm just saying like part of me signing up for the race is usually I've already considered logistics.
Okay.
That's a part of like the process for me because if it's too much, then I'm probably not gonna sign up. Like the only reason I've done the majors is because I've had the opportunity to do them. I did Chicago because I got in on time qualifier, but like I hate those race weekends because it's just so much moving parts. It's like a headache to get to the start line. But like smaller races, like Indy Monumental was perfect, right? I ran it 2 years in a row, and I did the exact same thing both mornings. There was a school that was a mile away, like a middle school. I parked at the middle school. I drove from my Airbnb to the middle school, parked at the middle school, ran over, got to the start line like 10 minutes before, and just took off. And to me, that's like the perfect setup. Like, but
Now
you
that
have
gave
to
me
be
anxiety right there.
you have to
Yeah.
be, but you have to have your plan like optimized and streamlined to be able to move like that. You know, if you still making decisions the morning of, then yeah, you got to add in a little more padding. But
Nah, see, I'm like that guy. I got to be there super early. I'm not like an airport dad. Like, I got to be there like 4 or 5 hours ahead of time. But like for a race, I got to be there a bit earlier than 10 minutes to the start line. I'm that guy at the concert too who wants to go see the band set up before. So, but that kind of
When
stuff.
you get to
But
basketball games, are you at the warm ups?
actually, this last one I was.
Yeah.
yeah, Gary's always no,
Yeah.
no, not really.
No. You walk in after tip off for sure.
No, not after tip off. I gotta see.
You gotta see the walkout.
I gotta
Lights
get
off
there.
walkout music, right?
Yeah. I gotta get there with enough time to get a bag of popcorn before I get to my seat and see the tip off. That's ideal.
Mm.
Yeah.
That bag of popcorn will be gone before the game start though.
But yeah, so I'm definitely probably the worst of them all, for sure, because I'm like, yeah, the other part, but you said like you sign up for races. The part that would give me anxiety is waiting to sign up for a race that I'm training for. You'll train for, it'll be like a 12-week training block. You'll train for 8 weeks for that same race before you sign up for the race.
Because like, what's the point of signing up? I mean, other than we've seen races sell out, but like other than that, there's no urgency to sign up. Like they only tell you, "Oh, hurry up and sign up, because they want you to spend your money. But
Yeah,
but now
now
for
races are selling
for
out.
last year.
Yeah, for sure.
So you haven't acclimated to that yet.
To a point, I have. To a point. To a point. But I also run smaller races, so
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah.
But I also leave the option. If this race sells out, if something happens, I always got one in my back pocket that I could just be like, all right, well, I'll just do this one anyway.
Bro,
I ain't missed the race yet.
Eventually,
True.
yeah, eventually, that's true. Eventually, you gonna end up, your backup gonna be one where you gonna be running by yourself.
Right. Did you know that Doug signed up for all his races for the year on January 1st? That's so crazy to me, but he signs up for every race on January 1st.
One of the funniest things he used to say, he was like, I got commitment issues. I'm not signing up for no race a year ahead of time. I might not even be alive. Like,
that's true. It's true.
That's wild.
It's true.
That's wild. Though.
Plus, you don't know. You might get hurt. I don't want to have to defer.
You used to say that before, like races were selling out like this, because like first tier, second tier, third tier races are selling out now.
I would rather pay the most expensive rate than to sign up for a race as soon as they drop the link. And then I get injured, and now I got to defer, and I got to try to figure out, oh, well, I'm going to run it next year, this and that. It's like, no, like,
I will say that the registration times are getting super early.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know.
Like, the race is over, and then, like, the next day, they drop it, registration opens in a week. It's like.
Early bird registration, you know.
Yeah, they used to do that, and it wasn't the sense of urgency to sign up to make the race sell out. Because sometimes, like, some of these races are selling out, but there's no addition. It's not like it's the same amount of people that run every year. So it's not like people are just rushing to do it.
Yeah.
Like if everybody was just waited, it would be the same. People would probably get in.
People feel the panic of
Yeah.
missing out. The fear of missing out pushes people to sign up even earlier,
Yeah.
which my rebel side just be like, well, that's just going to make me sign up later and later.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. But yeah, I just feel like all the logistics planning and stuff like that, the way I'm wired is if I'm in the middle of a training block and I'm registered, that's the last thing I'm worrying about is like what's happening like the night before the race. Like I just want to get through this training block. I want to check off all the things that's in front of me or around me right now. And then when I get to the place I'm going to, I'm not going to miss the race. I'm just, it's not like none of the logistics for any races are that important to the point where you need to know it and plan for it like 2 months out.
The only one, maybe New York, because you gotta hop on like
you
5 different modes of transportation.
And you gotta book reserve the ferry spot like for that. But everything else, everybody, if you're planning for your race, that like the on the ground logistics of where you're gonna be or whatever, you're type A+. And you might need to relax and touch grass.
All right, along those same lines, if you have the option of picking up your bib the day before or race day.
What?
You have the option of picking up your bib the day before or on race day. What are you going for?
The day before.
Yeah, definitely the day before.
Right.
I would never want to pick up on.
I've done the on race day a couple times.
How high was your blood pressure?
I mean, it was through the roof. Yeah.
I don't like standing in line. So race day, the ones that I have picked up on race day is usually smaller races. But like the bigger races, if you pick up on race day, the line is as long as the porta potty line, and it's just like this is terrible.
And the anxiety that I would have if I picked up on race day, the anxiety, I like to take my time to put the safety pins and the bib on. Because what if you put the pin, they had it like crooked?
I've done that before.
That would piss me off. If you saw all these really great race pictures and your like bib was like cocked to the side, that just don't. This just seem like the worst.
That's when you
vibe.
just take the photo and you just turn it a little bit.
Orient the photo based on your bib.
So
is
your
crazy.
bib is center,
But
but you
you-
off to the side. Like, bro, is on a gangster lean right here. But yeah, that's a vibe. I think I do need to do a little bit better because sometimes like I feel silly being in a city. Somebody's like, hey, what time do we start tomorrow? I'm like, bro, I don't even know.
So I feel like when I book my wherever I'm staying, that's when I take care of all the logistics planning. It's like, okay, let me figure out where I'm staying. I'll know how far that is from the start line, and then I can just work backwards from there. Like I know Carmel, I know the race starts at 8:10. I know I'm staying a 15-minute drive away, so I'll wake up at 6. I'll get my stuff going, and
I was gonna say something stupid. Caught myself laughing at my own joke.
I mean, go ahead.
No, you said 8:10. I was about to go AM as if.
Yes. Okay. Bro, do the nighttime races? That's wild.
I mean,
They
that'd be
have
kind of cool.
I mean, maybe they might have to start doing some of these races. It's gonna be so hot during the day. They might have to have some of these races at 8 p.m.
how would you feel if you put up to a race and you was the only one running it?
I would be upset first off because how weird that would be to be on the start line and it's just you.
It would be strange.
I mean, Elliot Kipchoge did it once, but he had a bunch of people running around.
Right. It was an entire
So-
production.
But they still have like the court, like the all the water stands with full volunteers, and just you and one guy on a bike. You know.
It's like leading you.
Yeah.
So I say that because there was a TikTok. This lady, she's like, I signed up for this half marathon in Florida, and I'm the only person. There was a 5K and a 10K that had people, but she was the only one running a half marathon. And I was just wondering, like, how would I feel if I got there and I realized, wow, I'm the only person here.
Hey, what you doing?
I'm probably still gonna run
I'm
it,
probably gonna run it.
but it's gonna be a very weird experience.
Yeah, it's giving me anxiety thinking about it. Actually, I thought when he first said, it, I was like, yeah, but then I started thinking about it. It would give me like I don't even know if I'd be able to do it.
No, I think I'd be able to do it. I wish I'm almost positive I would have regretted not bringing my AirPods with me or something. Because especially for that long of a race, you know,
Half marathon a long time.
you know, it's a good long run, but
Yeah.
you know, you probably trained to not do a long run. You probably trained to get after it, I would assume.
Like, I mean, like when I did TSP, I was by myself for a lot of times, but that's also still very different.
But you started with a group of folks too.
That's true.
Somebody in the comments said, I heard you finished dead last. Congratulations on your win. And it's like,
Hey, okay, that's good.
That's funny.
Good. You automatic. It's an automatic win.
automatic win.
Automatic win.
You
they-
are the podium.
Did they give her tape to break?
I don't think so. It was a smaller race. It was,
I mean, at that point she could have stopped on the way.
she could have went and got her own
Pat,
tape.
you could pass by a store and get some.
Just pull some caution tape off some
Yeah,
construction
get a roll of
site.
toilet paper and say, "Hey, line this up. Let me run through here." I don't think I would do it. I think I would get too weird. I would just be like, I'll just do the 10K.
I can see that.
I would just be like, no, I'll do the 10K.
And she said the route was 6 2.5 mile out and backs.
I'm going home.
Oh,
So it's one of those kind of races.
6
Oh.
2.5 mile out and backs.
Something of that ilk.
no,
Mm-mm.
no.
Yeah. So she was just running back and forth like a crazy person.
That's even weirder.
And it had no water stations or nothing. She was just out there dangling.
Oh no. If there's no water, I mean, if it's not set up to,
I'm calling BS. She made this up for attention. Who is this lady?
I mean, I'll try to link the TikTok to.
Yeah.
In the notes?
She made this
Yeah.
up. She made this up. Did you see video of it?
Yeah, she was running. She mile 1, mile 2. She did the Matt Choi. She Matt Choi the whole thing.
she matched her.
Yeah, I'm so glad that that he started that trend. Everybody he stopped doing it like years ago, but then everybody just kept going.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way to do content.
It is.
It's a very cookie cutter, like,
Yeah.
easy way.
It was really, it was funny and cool, kind of like when he started it, and because it's like, oh wow,
Yeah.
he did that mile in 6:15. You know, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
the next one 6:17. Nice, he's crushing it. You know, like that's a cool update. But then like after like a couple years, it's like y'all took it from him, and he been stopped.
Yeah.
But hey, congrats to everybody.
Hey,
On
Currency
your
said it best,
win.
bro. People that take your swag like you wasn't about to go do something with it. It's really crazy.
Right, I was about to do something.
It's crazy.
Yeah, don't take my swag before I get going. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it's my fault. I didn't get going fast enough.
True.
I don't know.
But the beautiful thing about creating swag is you're the creator. You can always create more.
What if that was my last bag, bro? That was my last trick. Man, but wild situation. All right, so Gary, that was your segue.
It was.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Jump in
I
there.
was trying to figure out how to get that in there, but.
Hey.
All right, it is
Go
late, and but speaking of Matt Choi, he once again was involved in some controversy, and while it's not new to him, I think the pylon that was on, that people just trashing him in the comments, was a bit over the top this time. I don't think I think I'm fully aware that Matt's controversial, and he abandoning races. The New York thing was not a good look, but I think every time he does something, people just pile on and they get crap all over it, regardless of what it is.
For the people listening, what happened?
So he was at the Ironman, the full Ironman in Hawaii, right?
No, 70.3.
So the half.
Yeah.
Okay, he was at a half Ironman, and he ended up getting DQ'd, but that's where all the rumors started. So he got DQ'd because he had not done his 2-minute penalty for he was drafting off another bike, which is apparently you can only do it for so long in the race. You can only draft for so long. He did it for too long, got a 2-minute penalty, and instead of taking the 2-minute penalty at the stop,
the designated time
like penalty box, right? Like in hockey, he just kept going, assuming that the 2 minutes are going to be taken off his total time. But people didn't fully people did not fully look into what actually happened, and they assumed that, one, he drafted off of his camera crew, which, as we had talked about just a couple weeks ago or months ago, you can't even wear meta rays anymore, whatever they're called now. Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
The Meta Ray-Bans. You can't even wear those anymore.
Yeah.
So much less getting a full camera crew on there. So they thought he got DQ'd for drafted off his camera crew. Not even thinking about the fact that his camera crew wouldn't have even been allowed to be on there.
And if he was going to get DQ'd for drafting off a camera crew, he'd have got DQ'd for having a camera crew
there
first.
Yeah. No, but he got DQ'd for not going to the penalty box. With that being said, Matt should have been aware of the rules and fully understood, the process of this new race endeavor he was in. But the pylon,
that's where your issue is.
Yeah, it was just over the top. I think people just wanted to crap all over him just because they just don't like him. And
what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. People already have their preconceived notions about who he is and what he represents, and it's easy to not like influencers. That's another thing that plays into it as well. Like, people already kind of are. They already kind of turn their nose up at the idea of people who make themselves more of the story, because running is such a sacred place for people, and it's just like I feel like a lot of people feels like online influencers cheapen the experience or trivialize the experience and make it about something that it's not really about.
I think they also get crap for they think they're getting free stuff, like these free race bibs in these majors or free shoes or whatnot.
Yeah,
and I think it's a little bit of a, why can't I?
Yeah, there's some envy involved as well, and Matt is a tall guy that runs without a shirt on a lot. I think that bothers runners as well. But sure, he made a mistake. He should have known better. we've seen. I mean, this is kind of the Matt Choi thing. Like he's made mistakes. He's owned up to the mistakes, respectively. He's never made excuses for things that happened. He's never I didn't know. Like he takes responsibility, so I respect that. But yeah, the pylon is just, it's kind of corny. It's like it's similar to the LA thing. It's just like y'all screaming about something that really don't got nothing to do with y'all.
Yeah.
Because you wasn't even in a race, and his DQ didn't affect the outcome of the race.
He didn't impede anyone.
He didn't impede anybody. He didn't hurt anybody.
And they didn't DQ him for cheating.
Right.
It's a rule within the Ironman or within the triathlete or triathlon world that it's just certain little rules that you just can't do. And it wasn't like we caught him purposely, intentionally, whatever. It's just like he got too close for too long, and he got hit with a DQ. I mean, with a penalty.
Yeah.
And he just didn't serve the penalty properly, and therefore you're DQ'd.
Which I feel is not like that unusual, because I know in race walking they have monitors making sure that you have 1 foot on the ground at all time, and sometimes I think you get like 6 strikes in race walking.
Yeah, like, and I just think and I watched this video that he talked about, like he did like he talked through it a little bit, and he was saying that like I could have known that or should have known that, and that would have been helpful, but he didn't get busted for cheating or like impeding on someone else's experience or whatever. So I just think it, like you said, it's kind of corny, and people are. And then he's like, I'm just tired of it. Like, what are you tired of? Like,
right.
Just like block him, or just like next time. It doesn't, if he was hurting people or whatever, like the New York thing seemed like it was much more involving other people's experiences. And I think that's whack, and he agreed. And I think Matt agreed that was whack, So just, I'm not condoning cheating or misbehaving or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, there's so much to me that we all, like you mentioned, like, running is so sacred to so many people, that I think it's sacred enough and important enough to people's livelihood, and their enjoyment in life, that things like this shouldn't be the talk of the town for any period of time, especially when we're not talking about a case when someone, and a mega influencer, because not mega in the grand scheme, but like for running, I would say he's a mega influencer in running. If he was getting special treatment and he was doing all these things intentionally, and then nobody cared, and everybody who could DQ him or ban him or was just like overlooking it, and it was affecting other people's experiences, that would be trash. He's gotten banned from NYRR, accepted that. He got DQ'd, and he accepted that. And whatever else we're all going to talk about, he's paying the consequences for the actions. Like, so if he wants to keep paying these consequences, then that's on him, I guess, because there's people that are less popular than him that get DQ'd every day.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if somebody getting DQ'd from an Ironman race is so important to you, name 5 other people that got DQ'd from an Ironman race.
And I'm sure like so many people got DQ'd to that race. So and it was one of the examples is a lady named Alyssa. She's doing she's a OTQ. She's from Grand Rapids, and she does high rocks, right? And so she's going. I was like kind of following that journey that she's going through that. So I guess she's really good, and she's like a newcomer in it. And her second ever, she basically won, but then got fined for spitting. Or not fine, but like DQ'd, because as a runner, that's what you do. So she was going through something, and she there's just spit, but then that's a 2 or 3 minute penalty, and it was just added on. She didn't know it at the time, but it got added on to the end, the total number, and which took her from first place to like whatever place, and then it took her out of something else that she was going to qualify for because of that. So she just found another one, and then just went at it again. But that doesn't mean she should have known that. But that doesn't mean she broke the rule on purpose. She paid her the consequence and moved on. And I think that's what it should be. And if you don't like Matt or whoever else for breaking all these, whatever it is, maybe you should start consider like, why am I putting so much attention to it? Yep. Because it's attention is attention. I know him as a person, and I know he knows that about the thing. Like, it sucks that everybody's on me, but everybody's on me. I'm not doing it on purpose, but You know, but then I also saw some things that were really weird. That was extra whack, like people saying that they're gonna punch him in the face if they see him.
That's what I was going to
I think
get
that
to.
is
Very corny.
I think some of these
That's-
folks who have a large platform
they're
aren't-
using it for the
aren't
wrong
helping.
reason.
Yeah, they're not helping the issue at all.
Yeah.
You can say, oh, it's, once again, Matt got himself DQ'd or whatever,
Yeah.
and then move on. But, some of these larger platforms really, dug into it. And,
Yeah. And I think some platforms, most of the platforms I'm running that are like put on a pedestal are successful for a reason. And I think that and ultimately they're good for the sport. So I think that if you're good for the sport, or your podcast is good for the sport, or your platform is good for the sport, maybe spend it on the opposite side. Like there's no reason why you should take your time if you're a huge platform to essentially like lean in or just go off on somebody.
Right.
For however long. And I think that's my issue. And I don't think we're defending Matt, but I also think just like the mile 18 thing, I think people are worried about the wrong thing.
Absolutely. And I was trying to figure it out now because I want to follow my own advice. But, like, if Matt Choi is, quote, unquote, ruining endurance sports or negatively affecting endurance sports as much as you claim, and you have a platform, and you didn't say anything about the people that won that race, take a step back and examine exactly what are you doing
Right.
to uplift and, like, show the positive side of racing, because it seems like if it wasn't for Matt Choi, then nobody would be talking about that race. And I would prefer the positive stories of the people that went out there and crushed their training and left it all on the line and did well that day than to be hearing about somebody that made a mistake that got DQ'd that was inconsequential to the race.
Right.
And he paid it in math, and also he paid the consequence for it. He
Yeah.
got DQ'd. Like so he's not a finisher of the thing. And hopefully for him, if he wants to do it again, he does it again and has a good finishing time and then moves on. But it's like I just think it's just I think it's like fatigue of like how things go right now in society, or at least on social media right now anyway.
Yeah, because
It's
people
like this urge to just like trash somebody.
trash it without all the information too.
Yeah.
And that's like it's like the news. Really, you hear one rumor and you just
Go with it.
go with it without doing a little bit of your own little research or getting firsthand information.
Yeah.
But it's like you said not last episode, but the episode before that. The internet just wants to rage, man.
Yeah.
And who better to rage at than somebody that you already kind of don't like anyway?
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
yeah.
oh, I could fire up some tweets about this person for sure.
Yeah.
For certain. So
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's kind of, and like at the same time, like I know none of us are saying like, damn, everybody should just do whatever they want to do and like get cheated or do whatever. Like it's not like some
No, I never said that at all.
some like endorsement of bad behavior, but I think to match a mistake or an intentional from anyone, to match it with more bad behavior and more intention on the worst side of something, rather than like just continuing making a difference.
Or find something like Aaron said, or find something positive to come out or
Because
promote.
Because also the same people that like will rage for like 10 days on something, I don't see them like going crazy hyping up something positive.
Right.
So shout out Brian Mooney. He was the male winner.
Hey,
And
where was this race at? So I don't even know where the race was.
70.3 Texas.
Texas. So shout out to Brian
Mooney was the male winner. Jessica Jones-Lasley was the female winner. Brian Mooney was in the 30 to 34 age group. Winner Jessica Lasley was in the 45 to 49 age group.
Oh, fire.
Nice.
So she went out there and really
What kind of times are those? Like,
it looks like she finished I don't know, maybe I gotta turn it
Lost
this
it.
way. They don't list times here.
oh,
But she got 3,500 points.
that's fire.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, I have no idea what that
I
means.
feel like
It
it's a lot.
sounds like a lot.
Sounds like a lot.
I mean, I'm sure it adds to like their chances to get into the championship, Ironman championship.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
probably yeah.
So
All right.
I'm not super well versed in Ironman speak, but I just want to shout them out because it looks like she did the swim in 31:12, transition 2 minutes and 30 seconds, bike in 2 hours and 23 minutes, and then the half marathon in 1 hour and 30 minutes and 22 seconds.
That's 1 hour and 30 minutes after all that nonsense is
You're
wild.
hauling.
Yeah.
Would you guys ever do a try?
I can't
No.
swim. So I don't think I'm qualified,
That
unfortunately.
It takes you out the. It takes you out the
Somebody,
running.
I one
You would go. You would never be
getting kicked in the head is my biggest
Oh,
fear in
yeah,
triathlon, and like not coming out of the water.
Oof.
Yeah.
But somebody once said, "I'd rather be good at one sport than mediocre in 3."
Yeah.
I mean, no, really. Like, you got to be top tier mediocre in 3 to do well in the.
And your family you have to be okay with your family hating you
No,
if you're
just-
training for a triathlon.
just-
I mean,
just get a divorce.
yeah.
Um,
It's very much a divorce
get
guy.
a divorce. Be like, you want to fight for the kids? No.
No.
I got a triathlon to try for to train.
Hold on, hold on.
No.
Do I get
Job?
access to their pool? Because if I do,
Wait, who's keeping the pool? It's in ground. All right. Got a question for y'all before we get to the shoe. Can we do the shoe of the month, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a question for you.
Okay.
So y'all played Pac-Man before?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how like you're doing good, right? And you're moving around or whatever, and you get a little too ambitious, and you find yourself in like a random moment where two of the ghosts are coming at you, and there's no way for it. That feeling that you feel, that's how I feel when I get stuck talking to a hardcore yapper.
Oof.
Right? So my question for you is, how do you get out of combos with hardcore yappers?
what's the situation? Like, are you just one-on-one, or are you at a party?
Social setting.
Okay.
Or one-on-one, but it wasn't supposed to be this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you get? So, the one time I got caught in a public setting, and this person was just going right, and they didn't leave. You know, some people will leave moments where you can go like, boom, like that's my spot in there,
Yeah.
and I gotta go, or oh man, whatever. But this person was so good at yapping. That like it felt like I thought I was good at basketball, and then until you play somebody really good at basketball, so it's like, whoa, this is another level.
Generational, yeah.
This is generational yapper talent, bro. And I was like, there's not in this 15 minutes, there's been no moment that I can look back on a year later. I did everything I could.
You can't watch film. You can't go to the film and be like, man, I missed my
I
opportunity.
ran the tape back. There's no moments.
There's a couple options you can do.
Okay.
One, look beyond them. Even if there's nobody behind you, just look beyond them and go. So act like you're saying hi to somebody.
Then they turn around and nobody's there. Are you crazy?
No, you can say, he just left the corner.
Oh damn.
But if they're yapping,
Yeah.
they're not going to turn around.
Okay.
Two, grab your phone. If it's on, just even if it's not on vibrate, like, oh, I got a phone call. Take it.
Dang.
Walk away.
That's crazy.
Or just like, look, I'm sorry. I got to go to the bathroom right now. I will be right back. Just
Bathrooms are good. Bathrooms.
hold on
good.
what you have to say. Yeah.
No, don't hold what you gotta say.
My
But
favorite.
though you're being polite though, because you're not going to go back to them.
You just.
But
stay in the bathroom.
you're giving them the grace that, hey, I'm listening, but I really got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Thank
And then just like slip out the back door.
All right, what you got?
As an introvert that is trying, like, I try to keep every conversation as short as possible. Like, that's like my thing, right? If you can, you got to pawn them off on somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, you have to figure out a way to tag team somebody, because they just want to talk. They don't care who they talking to. They don't care what they talking about. They just want to talk.
Do the old, hey, Tommie, come here for a second.
Yeah. Oh, no, that reminds me of, you got to pawn them off. You got to hand them off, especially if they got you trapped for a long time. You have to hand them off to somebody else. Like, it's really like, because if you own 16 that's crazies. Like,
Right.
if
Yeah.
you own,
Yeah, that's crazy.
man, that's crazy. Oh,
That's crazy.
that's crazy. If they haven't gotten the
That's
hint
wild.
yet,
Yeah.
you got to hand them off to somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree, but you're a terrible person. Because if you handed me this person, we might not be friends.
Isn't there a horror movie where like, this was the people they sleep with somebody, and then like this shadow starts to chase the next person? Like, oh, have you seen this?
Oh,
It's a
like
horror film?
it was like a demon follows them.
Yeah.
yeah.
But only like after they sleep
it
with
was like
somebody.
Paranormal Activity or something like that. I
That
don't
wasn't
know
it.
about that.
But that was Paranormal Activity was something
He might
else.
have been on a different. He might have been on a different side of the internet. My guy.
But yeah, no, you got to pass them off. You got to pass them off. And you got to deal with the consequences of passing them off. Because the person you passing them off to
Gonna
is
be
going to know
heated.
what you're doing.
and it's too
And
late.
you got to give them a little, you know what I'm saying? You got to give them a little, hey, my bad, bro.
yeah.
But this is your fight now.
Oh, was that? Oh, did he take up your time? I'm sorry, I had no idea. I just thought you might find him interesting. I apologize.
Like, because they say like if you're running with somebody and like the best way to like get out of like a bear attack or something like that is just be faster than the person that you're running with. And I feel like that's the same vibe.
It's the same thing. You gotta sacrifice your friend to the not even your friend. I'll do it to anybody.
Yeah,
I'll do it to a stranger.
It really
Pause.
It really got to be. Yeah, it was wild. It's a wild situation, right? All right, so yeah, we the shot clock getting low.
Okay.
Let's switch over into we did this last month. So a shoe of the month, and this is a shoe that either you've worn a bunch or you want to wear more because of a couple times that you've worn it this month. You're really vibing it.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I got the Rad. The Rad UFO. They have many different colorways that are pretty slick and fire. I got dog hair on this one, but this is the Rad UFO. We had a chance to kick it with Blue in LA, and I don't know. I mean, if you haven't run in this yet, this foam you tried them on.
Yeah.
This foam
crazy.
is like marshmallows.
Oh, really?
Can confirm.
And it's not even like one of those ones like, oh, like I'm just gonna sink into the shoe. Like once you start with this shoe, the more you get moving, it gets real snappy and fun. So this shoe has been really fire. I run it maybe 3 or 4 times this month, which is pretty decent for me. And I can't wait to. I want a different colorway too because they have some really bright ones, and I really can't wait for like that summertime vibe.
Yeah, them blue ones that he showed us.
Blue ones, they got
the LA
they got
vibe.
the highlighter yellow. Cool. They got the highlighter like pink or whatever. These are a vibe. So big shout out to Blue over at Rad. We love these, or I love these, and I think that we'll be able to.
That'd be nice.
To link it
That'd
up.
be nice. Yeah, you look like you ready to.
I'm about to start running.
Call a personal foul on somebody in that colorway.
If a ref would be extra bouncy on court if he had some of these. Shout out to the NBA. Check out Rad.
Shout out to the
NBA love they hookers. The NBA love they hookers. The NBA referees love they hookers. That's their favorite thing.
Rad's a new one. What you got, Gary?
I got the Adidas Adizero Evo SL. This has been my go-to the past couple weeks. Honestly, this is the most versatile shoe I think I have right now.
Yeah.
I can wear these for recovery runs, training runs, if I want to pick up the pace. I just love this shoe. I think we got these. I got this pair at TRE, and I beat the crap out of it. It's dirty, but it holds everything. It's not like worn down, though. It's just gross and dirty because of the rain and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But this Light Strike Pro foam, I love it.
Yeah.
I think this has got to be one of my favorite shoes of all time.
Ooh.
Right
all
now.
time?
All time.
One of
my favorite shoes of all time right now.
That's a big task.
Like if I would wear this almost every day if I didn't have to like rotate shoes and play around with some other stuff.
I can guarantee, like without a shadow of a doubt, that Adidas made that shoe on purpose because that's what they do. They make good shoes, but they had no idea like how much people were gonna like that shoe.
Yeah.
There's no way for them to have known.
If they would have knew, they would. Yeah. If they would have knew, they wouldn't have priced it where they priced it.
They ran out.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing the twos are out now, or at least they're being tested.
Probably tested, I think.
Yeah. So I'm just hearing rumors from other podcast type.
So look into the camera and tell Adidas to send us the twos.
I need
Mr. Dossler.
2 more of these. And then we need more of these and the V2s once they're ready. Please and thank you.
Before they're ready.
I'm going to do my puppy eyes too.
What did he say?
I'll do my puppy eyes.
Oh my God.
So I think I saw a post that said the Adidas Evo SL pioneered this new category of shoe that people are calling the Run Club shoe because you pull up to the Run Club in those and they look sweet and people look at you and say, oh, this guy's a real runner. And I feel like the next entry into that category is the New Balance Ellipse because this is a really solid everyday trainer. Looks really cool. That's like the key to a good Run Club shoe. It got to be something that you want to put on and you could put with a cool little fit and feel like, you know, an Instagram influencer. And so I feel like that's what this is. I found myself just grabbing them. Like, you know, the shoes sometimes it's like, I don't feel like thinking about what shoe to run in. Mm-hmm. I just want to grab something. This was like my default for the last month for sure. And it's comfy. It's able. I can do strides in them. I've taken them out for like 12-mile runs. Like, I don't mind having them on my feet for a long time. I don't mind having them on my feet for a short period of time. So Ellipse, very interesting. Obviously very similar to a 1080 and y'all know how much I love 1080. So
Yeah.
this could be my side chick if 1080 is my man. We'll do that. So shout out to New Balance. Yeah, really good shoe, and I think they got a bunch of like other colorways now that's on the website. Real freaky colorways.
But that's my favorite.
Yeah, this is they
Colorway
really
anyway.
I saw some exclusive colors from in Germany that were wild, like kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like almost look like somebody did them by hand because like how different. Like I'll have to show you the shoe. But all right, guys, that kind of ends our pod. Thank you to all the brands that we just talked about: Adidas, New Balance, Rad. And make sure if you are listening to this podcast, you've already hit the subscribe. If not, do that now. Share it with a friend. Importantly, though, I'd like to challenge everybody that's listening to this pod all the way to the end. That means you love us. Hit us with some questions so that we can answer, maybe do like a little question segment coming up, whether it's about race day or whether it's about training or if it's just about random stuff that you want to know about us. Please hit us up. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow, all the good things, and give us a follow on Instagram.
We'll see you next time.
That
Thank
wraps
you.
it up. Peace out.